Once in a while, people go from making history to making us wonder what's going on in their heads. Phil Mickelson's case is very much so, with how he swiftly went from PGA Championship hero to villain in record time. The veteran golfer had stunned the world of golf with his nervy but show-stealing performance at South Carolina's Kiawah Golf Resort's Ocean Course on Kiawah Island, where his putt at the 18th hole was enough to get him crowned as the unexpected winner of the 2021 PGA Championship, a month before he turned 51, making him the oldest pro golfer in history to win a major. A couple of months after his amazing triumph, he shocked golf again. But this time, the open mouths were not in admiration of some cheeky chip-in from the rough, but a response to some unsavory utterances from the iconic golfer. And ever since, the question hanging over Phil like a dark sky on a game day has been, what's next for Phil Mickelson? And these recent developments about him may just be the hint to an answer. Phil Mickelson has enjoyed unusual longevity on the competitive greens, and will let you decide if he's hit this one into the water, or if it might be a hole-in-one for golf's deftest left hand. So, if you haven't heard, you're probably asking, what's Phil Mickelson's decision? On Monday, April 25th, Lefty's friend and agent for over 2 decades, Steve Loy, released a statement confirming that his client had submitted a request for a release from the PGA Tour to play in the first-ever LIV Golf Invitational Series, and also registered to play in the U.S. Open and defend his PGA Championship win. In the statement, Loy said, "Our client Phil Mickelson is officially registered to play in the PGA Championship as well as the U.S. Open. We have also filed a request on his behalf for a release to play in the first LIV Golf Invitational in London, June 9 through 11. This request complies with the deadline of April 25th set forth by the PGA Tour to compete in a conflicting tour event." He confirmed that Phil currently has no concrete plans on when and where he will play. Any actions made are in no way a reflection of a final decision made, but rather to keep all options open. Phil's open-ended decision is coming on the back of a self-imposed break from competition after some of his statements during a phone interview with writer Alan Shipnick led to a fallout with the PGA Tour and revealed his opinion about the Saudis behind the breakaway league he's now trumpeting. In the interview, he admitted to assisting to create the paperwork for the Saudi Arabia-backed golf league by enlisting some players and paying attorneys to write an operating agreement for the Saudi Golf League. He also said he was aware of the kingdom's human rights violations, but the deal with the Saudis, who he called scary mother expletives, was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to reshape how the PGA Tour operates. But according to Mickelson, this Saudi business is just leverage for the players to make the PGA Tour do right by them. The comments in the interview, which was for an upcoming biography, turned out to be career-altering for Phil, who lost some of his endorsements as a result. Since the February incident, he has released an apology and chosen to, quote, prioritize the ones I love most and work on being the man I want to be. The PGA Tour's commissioner, Jay Monahan, has said Phil is welcome to the tour after his 45 victories on it, but they will need to have a conversation when he does return. Due to the break, the 3-time winner was missing in action at this year's Masters for the first time since 1994, and now he seems to be leading the pack against the PGA Tour with his announcement. Former world number 1 Greg Norman, who is overseeing the LIV Invitational Series, has said Phil made a mistake and he feels sad for him. It's also necessary to note that Greg had proposed a 10-event World Championship Series in 1994, a breakaway league to detach players from the PGA Tour and make them more like freelancers. But this never came to fruition as it met stiff resistance from the PGA Tour's commissioner at the time, Tim Finchem. But he looks to be realizing his old dream now through this opportunity presented by LIV Golf Investments. Phil, currently ranked 54th in the official world golf rankings, is the biggest name to have openly declared his intention to join the tournament, and the second player known to be seeking the release after 1,043rd ranked Robert Garrigus earlier confirmed his application for a release from the PGA Tour. According to the organizers, the LIV Golf Invitational will feature a 48-man field with shotgun starts with a 54-hole no-cut format, which assures every player a share of the big purse on offer. But with top players like Tiger Woods, Dustin Johnson, and Bryson DeChambeau confirming their commitment to the PGA Tour, and Rory McIlroy, a joint member of the European and PGA Tours, saying the Saudi Golf League is dead in the water, Phil might be alone on this. Although no names have been released as of April 30th, an LIV spokesperson claims they have received 15 applications from players inside the top 100 for the inaugural showcase to be played at the Centurion Golf Club in St. Albans, Hertfordshire, near London. The news of this breakaway league has forced the PGA Tour's management to dust off its rulebook. They might have to grant conditional releases to the players going for the upstart LIV Invitational in Hertfordshire, as they have already done for players playing in the Saudi Golf League, an Asian tour backed by the same Saudi government-owned public investment fund, even though they said they do not consider those grants precedent-setting. If you have reached this far in the video, we would like to give you a huge thanks. You can extend your support by subscribing to the channel and turning that notification bell on so you don't miss any content we upload. Comment down below "I subbed" for your chance to be entered in our monthly shout-out giveaway. If you're wondering what might be the driving force behind Phil's decision to play in the LIV Invitational, why not give this a thought? The first tournament in the series happening in England comes with a purse of $25 million. Now, this might not mean anything because professional golf is generally quite lucrative. But when you consider that the PGA Tour's most rewarding competition is the Players' Championship, and its purse was only just increased to $20 million this year, you might begin to see the enticement of the incentive. And this is far from all of it. It gets juicier when you learn that 7 competitions of the 8-event series will have the same $25 million tag, and even more mouthwatering with the $50 million prize of the final team contest at the Trump National Doral, the biggest prize purse in tournament history, according to LIV Golf's CEO and Commissioner Greg Norman. The real problem is not the inviting sums of the LIV Invitational, but the clashing schedules of its events with the PGA Tour's calendar. For example, the first event at the Centurion is kicking off in the same week as the PGA Tour event at the RBC Canada Open, and a week before the US Open. As if the Saudi money threatening the structure of the PGA Tour and the conflicting event dates are not enough, the PGA Tour's management is also fuming and ready for litigation over an impending major violation of its rule that forbids its members from participating in opposing events in North America. This may become a grand tussle when the LIV series comes to America, where 5 of its 8 events have been scheduled. Phil, who has also said he will take a bow from the sport if he finally tastes victory at the US Open, where he's been an unlucky 6-time runner-up, has entered this year's competition, expected to start on June 16 through 19 at the Country Club in Brookline, Massachusetts. Phil's decision to play in the LIV Invitational makes one wonder if this is a swing in the right direction, because he still has to defend his PGA Championship, which begins on May 19th at Southern Hills in Tulsa, Oklahoma. But with his agent saying he hasn't decided if he will play yet, is it possible that he will miss the chance to make history as the oldest defending champion of the PGA Championship? And with the PGA Tour managers raring for a fight, is he ready to get caught in the middle of the fisticuffs between the Tour and the Greg Norman-led LIV Golf Investments? And what if this experiment blows up in their faces? Is Phil Mickelson ready for the shame that may come after such a hugely unsuccessful venture? Mickelson seems to have made his decision, but who will get the last laugh? Be sure to check out your favorite golf video here. See you there!